Hey everyone, Bradley ATG here, coming at you with a match from the February 10th Battlefly bi-weekly tournament. If you're interested in joining yourself, I will put a link down in the description. These tournaments happen every 2 weeks. Taking a quick look at the start here. Um, Interesting start. It looks like Neatep built an engineer, and the replays aren't the best here, so I think there was lag. But standard start, it looks like Fresh, the first engineer out to go capture the points over here. But interestingly, not building a factory. Going straight into metal capturing income. Up here we see Chronopolize with an interesting start. Did a similar thing, built the metal income out here, and then is dropping a factory as he stretches out to capture. Interesting starts from both players, not the standard. We'll have to see how this plays out. So um, right now we are 2 minutes in the game, and Neatep is just building his first factory. Off here, interesting placement. And then we've got a Sky Factory going up after the completion of the factory here. So scout up from Neatep to come see what's going on here. Up at the top of the map, Chronopolize with two factories. Factories basically functioning to push out units, T1 units to start capturing on either side of the map here. Similar setup it looks like from Neatep. Also factories on both sides of the map and to begin to push out. So similar map control. Neatep is falling a little bit behind at this point. Chronopolize is expanding out initially pretty quick, but he's got his scout out here so he can see what Chronopolize is up to. So as they two push out, two things I'm looking for is to see this right here when the first armory drops and on what side of the map is dropped. Also going for a early rush quantum relay. Interesting choice there. We see Sky Factory up from Chronopolize. No armory up yet for him. So Neatep on the left side of the map with the armory will have the advantage, but Neatep does not have a response or any anti-air units. So this Hades bomber is going to do a lot of work slowing down the push on the left-hand side of the map. It'll be interesting to see if he has an Apollo coming out. See if what pops out here. It does look like an Apollo, so the Apollo will nullify the Hades cruiser bombers there, but putting a serious dent in the expansion on the left-hand side. Also, the early Hades bomber is going to do significant damage on the right-hand side of the map. This is really putting a stall to Neatep's expansion effort. So Chronopolize is going to get a favorable map position as a result. We look at income here. Neatep with 28 metal incomes. To Chronopolize's 47. So Chronopolize with a significant metal advantage, 17 radioactive income to Neatep's 15. So big metal advantage. So you can see Neatep ahead in the economic realm of things. With that, more economic resources is parlayed that into building a production center here with double armories on the left-hand side of the map. That's going to give them a great ability to push forward. Scrolling over to the right here, we see Chronopolize additionally capturing that Terranium generator, which will give him a 10% bonus. Also has the Terranium generator on the other side, giving him a 10-10, a 20% economic bonus. We look up here at the military rankings. Chronopolize at 7,600 to Neatep's 2,500. Those early Hades, really critical. It's stopping Neatep's economic advancement, really putting a ding in his expansion efforts and allowing Neatep to sort of consolidate his control of the map, capture those two Terranium generators, giving them a 10% bonus, and really putting his economy up and above what Neatep says. So it looks like Neatep's response is sort of, let's see, he's got his two armories here, doesn't have a consolidated group of units. But is using what units he does have to sort of counter the push here. He lost this key point here, which is draining his economy of the point of these two. But at this point, he's going to have a really difficult time responding. Neatep forming a strong grouping of T2 army here. and this strong military grouping here. But Neatep turning the tide here now with his own Hades bombers, doing a little bit to harass these units here. The Hades are good; they do splash damage, and so you see he's getting really doing a good job of weakening those units. But without pushing aggressively forward here, you won't be able to take out those units. And as you can see, Chronopolize with his superior economy has been able to mass a big grouping of units here. So we can see Chronopolize, I think, at this point with his grouping of units here and here, sitting back a little bit. Could have pushed a little more aggressively there, but now as he's regrouped, consolidated his forces, is going to make a consolidated push with all of his forces here on the right. Is able to push in, takes out what units Neatep does have out, and then is able to take out the production center that was in his infancy here. So consolidating his control on the right of the map here. We'll see if Neatep has anything to respond with on the left. Does not have a large force here. Neatep with this grouping here could choose to push south, although doesn't seem to be have a decided what he wants to do with those units here. On the right hand side again, pushing on the site. Neatep has moved his production all to try and counter and build up a defensive wall here to prevent this group of units into his moving into his base, but I don't think will be enough to push back. Interesting choice. Neatep going for a dreadnought at this point in time. Not sure he has the economy though to support building a dreadnought. As we can see, his production goes into face. He's rushing that. I'm not sure if he's paused construction. It looks like he's paused construction on his armory, so he's gone all in on switching to the armory production. But unfortunately, it looks like Chronopolize will see this production, has this big group of units here, and will just be able to push in. Absolutely critical. He stops it, and I think Neatep can see that it's over for him there. Absolutely exciting game there. Brilliant use of the early Hades by Chronopolize to uh, really stop Neatep's expansion there early in the game, and you can see it results in the economic difference here. Really an adjustment with PHC now with that tier 1 AA unit. Really good idea to consider that in your early unit mix, just in case someone tries to rush with the Hades. Well, a great map. I got a couple more coming. Hope you enjoyed it.